Do you have braces? And are you about to get a power chain? Time for some PFOing so you know where you're going. Hey everybody, Dr. Ryan Packard here at Packard Family Orthodontics. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be discussing power chain. It's so powerful. You may not know anything about power chains, or you may have had the opportunity, the wonderful opportunity to experience power chains in your braces experience. We're gonna talk about a few different things related to the power chains today. Before we do that though, remember, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please. And leave a question below or a comment about your personal experience with power chains. I'm sure there's lots of fun stories. And then consider subscribing to the channel so that I can open your eyes to the wonderful world of straight teeth and beautiful bites. Okay, first off, what is power chain? It's this. It looks like a chain. In orthodontics, as you saw in another video, braces is made up of at least two major components. Brackets, the part that get glued to the teeth, and this is kind of hard to see, but here's the metal version. There and there. And then you have all these clear, I don't know if you can see that, right there. Okay, you have all these clear brackets that are glued to the teeth. You can have metal or clear. These brackets get glued to the tooth. That's one part of the braces. Then the second part is the wire. This metal wire that stretches in between, there it is, you can see it. The wire goes all the way around through the brackets. That makes up the braces. Well, how do you get the wire to stay in the bracket? Sometimes you have a very special type of bracket, which a lot of orthodontists use. It's called a self-ligating bracket. It basically has a clip that you can open and close over the wire. And that's how you hold the wire in place. The traditional approach, meaning that the bracket system that most orthodontists use for a long time, and a lot of them still use them now, don't have this special clip. That means that when you put the wire in the bracket, in that slot that we've talked about before, it's just gonna sit there and it could fall out, especially if you're eating or rinsing. It just can come out of place and then it's poking and it's no fun at all. So that's when you need something to go over the top of it. We call these elastomers, but they're basically little circles. Kind of look like spacers, but they're not. They go around the bracket, right? I'm gonna show you. And usually we use these to hold the wires in place. And you can have all sorts of different colors, but these can go on each bracket, especially if they are needed, right? So if you don't have this special kind of bracket that has the clip, then you definitely need these, and they go on each tooth. And that's what holds the wire in place. Now, what's the difference between this little guy, this little single tie or elastomer, this little donut-shaped, I love donuts, donut-shaped circles, and the power chain? Power chain, remember, again, it's like all connected in one, like a chain. But little circles, still little donuts, but they're all connected. You can stretch them out. The purpose of the power chain, for you individuals who have lots of space in between your teeth when you start the braces, or sometimes you get teeth taken out, extractions because you're so crowded, and then you get space. Or if you do any shaving on your teeth, like the interproximal reduction, however you get space between your teeth, sometimes it just happens because you're doing it on purpose, or you started that way, or sometimes as you put the wires in, you get spaces in between your teeth because they're not used to being so spread out. And then you have to figure out, well, how am I gonna close these spaces up? That's why we need the power chain. It's a powerful chain, and the chain, when you put it on the brackets, it squeezes everything together. And it's not just one power chain. So you're probably gonna have to go through multiple chains in order to get all of your spaces closed. So that's when you come to the orthodontist office, when you go to your provider and they do their adjustment, one of the things that they're adjusting is they're taking off the old colors, taking off the old power chain, and putting on the new power chain or the new color. Especially if you have spaces to close, you'll probably continue to put chains on until you get all the spaces closed. Not every orthodontist likes to use the power chain. Sometimes they have other techniques, but at some point during your orthodontic treatment, you may experience the power chain. It makes things really tight, and sometimes it can make your teeth a little bit sore. That's because your teeth are moving and they're trying to close the spaces. The spaces are trying to be closed. Power chains can make it a little bit harder to clean around your teeth, so you wanna make sure that if you've got a power chain in place, that you're taking extra care to clean around and underneath. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about what a power chain is and the purpose. It can do two things. One, it can hold the wire in place if you have the old school kind of brackets. It can also help squeeze down space in between your teeth. So here's an example of some of the tools that we use to deal with power chains and single ties, those little single ones. First, you've got your scaler here. Maybe it looks kind of scary, but it allows us to grab around the bracket. So I'm gonna show you. Look at this, right? If you come into the office and you've got colors around your teeth, see, these are the special brackets. They have a clip on, so you don't really need the colors, but everybody loves colors, right? So they get the colors on anyways. When you come back to your orthodontist for maybe your first visit or whatever visit it is, and you've got colors in place or a power chain in place, what you're gonna do is your orthodontist or the assistant is gonna go in, so you get it hooked up underneath there, and then you pull around and off. Right? So now I got it here and you've got no color on that tooth right there. So that's how you get the colors off. They're gonna go around and kind of like do their little ninja, orthodontic ninja work. Then you have this tool right here. This is called the hemostat. Makes really cool clicking noises. So if you're in the orthodontist office and you're hearing that, that's what's going on, all right? Maybe they're getting ready to put something around those brackets. So you take the little bracket, or you take your little single tie, right? Whatever color you wanted. This one went crazy. They did lots of colors on this one. And you take that and kind of get it around one of those little brackets. Let's go faster here. And it goes around and boom, just like that. And now you got it back on. Okay, so now you kind of saw how to take off the little single color and how to put it back on. And they do that over and over and over on all the different brackets. Okay. Well, the power chain, I switched to a different color. Same thing, right? Here's the chain, it's all connected. And the way that you put this on is, and it gets kind of tight. Here's the bracket, it goes around the little hook in the back. You get it hooked on in the back there. And then what your orthodontist is gonna do, hopefully these brackets stay on tight because these are fake teeth. And then you go around and your orthodontist or the orthodontic assistant is gonna be pulling really tight on your teeth to get those chains all the way around those brackets. Okay, so I just wanted to demonstrate. So the orthodontist or the technician will use their gloved hands and take this power chain and attach it to each of those brackets all the way around. And then they'll cut off the end piece, and then you'll just have a mouth that is power chained. You'll have teeth that are power chained together. So it could feel really tight. Again, and you can see how it might be kind of hard to clean underneath it. It just adds another layer of something that food can get stuck in. So you gotta be really good at cleaning. And when your orthodontist or the orthodontic assistant goes to take it off, they use that same tool and they try to reach in around those brackets and they try to pull all the way off. People will probably tell you is that when you got a power chain, there's a lot of pulling and tugging, and that's because they're trying to put so much force on those teeth. What they'll tell you with the power chain is that they're trying to use so much force to get it over each one, and so there's a lot of pressure on your teeth. So if your teeth are super sore, be sure to talk to your mom and dad, let them know. Sometimes things like Tylenol and ibuprofen can help with tooth soreness. Okay, so power chains, single colors, they all have a purpose. The power chains, they help with closing spaces, right? They're important, and they can also help hold the wires in place. If you're just getting individual single colors on each bracket, probably means that they're either there just to look good because they're colorful, or they're holding the wire in place. Not the same thing as power chain. Power chains can be really tight. They can make some things harder to clean, so make sure you're doing an extra good job cleaning, but they can be a lot of fun. All right, that's power chain. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any of your own experiences about putting power chain on, what you remember or what you're going through, or the cool colors that you had, leave a comment, leave a picture below. Consider subscribing to this channel so that I can open your eyes to the wonderful world of straight teeth and beautiful bites. That's all I've got. Just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard out.